poker brat Phil Hellmuth on the Milwaukee's Best Light pocket cam. Phil,
Check.
always slow to squeeze. Pocket nines.
Hellmuth, the only one in this room who can win a second main event title. The only one who can win a 12th bracelet.
Phil limps in. Alan Kennedy's not going to join the party. He folds.
I think he folded queen 10.
Kelly Kim, 9 deuce of clubs in the small blind. Cost him $20,000 to call, and he limps in also. In the big blind, 35-year-old self-described ski bum from Truckee, California, Tony Scherer, with queen 10.
It's like a stacked deck. There's always a queen 10 against Phil.
He checks his option. 3 limpers to the flop. Flop is 4-10-7. Scherer paired that 10.
And the queen 10 always flops or turns a hand.
Kim checks. He missed the flop. Scherer with top pair checks as well. Hellmuth. He's not been checking a lot today.
65.
He's going to bet 65,000 with pocket nines.
How many times have we seen him limp in instead of raising out the big blind? And then how many times have we seen him then bet with the worst hand?
Kim folded. Scherer now.
I'm all in.
Moves all in on Hellmuth.
Raise all in.
I think I have money.
Another bad read.
I talked him into raising by acting weak on the flop and standing up. I gave him a false tell, but I'm strong.
Well, Phil's not that strong after the flop, and if he calls here for the rest of his chips, he could be out of the main event momentarily.
God, I'm just a little confused. I was trying to send him a weak tell. This is where I get confused and lose pots sometimes, because I'm really strong and I send the weak tell, and then they move in weak.
Key moment for Hellmuth, a decision for all his chips.
But you can have this one.
Phil was ready to fire, but after second thoughts correctly folded. That is the planter's good instinct moment.
Oh, and if Scherer had showed the queen 10, lives could have been lost.
Hellmuth might have just saved his main event with that smart laydown.
The Planter's Good Instinct moment is brought to you by Planters. Instinctively good.
Welcome back to the Rio, where Christian Dragomir with ace-queen is all in against Ivan Demidov. Demidov with pocket queens. He has the lead after the flop.
Demidov had re-raised from the small blind pre-flop, and Dragomir then pushed all in for his final million.
Turn card now. Is an ace, and Dragomir finds new life.
Does Dragomir know he hit the ace? I think he saw it. It was right in front of him. Demidov can only knock Dragomir out now with the case queen.
It is a 9, and now Dragomir can celebrate as he does double up through Ivan Demidov. Demidov had a top 10 chip stack before that hand. He's still very strong, though.
Dragomir usually demonstrative, but here he hits a 3-outer and just chews some gum.
All right, there is Geert Anderson, the chip leader, who paired his jack on the flop to lead Dennis Phillips and his ace-queen. Phillips checked the flop. Action on Anderson now. Reaching for some of those chips in his monster stack. 175,000.
400.
And a quick raise from Phillips.
The 50-somethings can get aggressive, too. Phillips with squadouche.
Yeah, just ace high with that raise. Anderson needs 225,000 more to call. He could sneeze and enough chips would come off for the call. And he will call.
Well, Phillips was just posturing. He cannot be happy that Anderson is coming along.
All right, now the turn card is another 4. Anderson still way ahead. Dennis Phillips first to act.
700.
That's 700,000.
Phillips trying to muscle up and bluff the biggest stack in the room. He bluff raised on the flop, and now he bluffs at it again. Phillips flirting with danger.
Geert Anderson will fold to Dennis Phillips.
He just scallywagged the chip leader. That is a nice play.
Now I can breathe. Damn.
Phillips represented strength pretty much the whole way and took down that pot.
Well, Phillips has shown us he has some pep in his step.
All right, now we go to find Dean Hamrick in a 3-way pot with David Saab and Nikolai Losev. Action is on Saab with a board of 8-8 king.
I'm all in.
Saab moves all in for over $500,000.
Saab had about 15 big blinds left. He decides to push.
Action now on 27-year-old Russian player Nikolai Losev from Moscow. And Losev will make the call for 260,000 more. Dean Hamrick also in this hand, and he also makes the call.
And that's got to be at least one call too many for Saab's taste.
Saab at risk. Now the turn card. 10 of diamonds. Losef first to act. That's a $500,000 into a side pot now with Hamrick.
Well, that is bad news for David Saab.
Hamrick folds. And so now let's see the cards between Saab and Losef. Saab turns over aces, but Losef leads with trip eights.
Oh, geez. Losef was in the small blind with 8-6 suited. Now Saab needs an ace or he's done.
The river card is a tray. Losef wins the hand. The likable David Saab had his aces cracked and is knocked out in 46th place.
Now, pocket aces go down and David Saab goes out.
And Nikolai Losef is the new chip leader. So from the biggest stack back to the featured table where it has not been Phil Hellmuth Appreciation Day. He's lost about half his stack. There's a little more than 400,000 left. Action will begin with Phil. He's got an ace and a queen.
I'm all in.
And Phil moves all in.
Phil with just 10 big blinds left, a time when you have to think about making a move. Ace-queen makes it an easy decision.
Action on Andrew Roskam with pocket jacks from Cleveland, Ohio.
Roskam, a former investment banker. He's set to attend Harvard Business School.
26 years old.
Honey, I'm all in, honey.
On the right, Phil's wife, Kathy, with his sister, Molly. And Roskam will make that call and put Hellmuth at risk.
Remarkably, Phil's been knocked out holding ace-queen in the last two main events.
Phil turns over 2 overcards, but he's going to need to catch to stay in the main event.
Hellmuth has had a rocky day, and he needs it to turn around right here, else he will be out.
Andrew Roskam with the chance to knock off the last remaining main event winner from this field.
And Hellmuth right now just seems melancholy, awaiting his fate.
It's the first time I've been in like 2 days, 3 days or something.
Phil just seems played out.
Let's see the flop, please.
All right, now the flop. Hellmuth at risk. 4-king tray. Roskam still leads.
Phil still looking for an ace or a queen, or running hearts or straight cards.
Hellmuth back to the table now for a closer look at this turn card. Turn is a 10 of hearts, and now with flush and straight draws, Phil Hellmuth.
That's a good sweat.
The one and only Phil Hellmuth with a lot of ways out now. The 89 champ needs an ace, a queen, a jack for a straight, or any heart to stick around for another title drive.
The river card, a deuce of spades, and Hellmuth is gone.
I get so unlucky in this tournament.
45th place for Hellmuth.
We give him a lot of grief deservedly, but you have to feel for Hellmuth at a moment like this. As he said, the World Series is his life.
It was a deep and volatile run in the main event for Phil Hellmuth, but now he must take the most painful walk in poker. Day 6 has been a bad day for many people. Quickly falling from the penthouse to the poorhouse was former chip leader Mark Ketteringham. Adam Levy left this World Series in 48th place and with the honor of being victim to one of Phil Hellmuth's tirades. But few took elimination harder than Hellmuth himself.
I played better than all those players by far. It's not even close. And still I'm out.
Meanwhile, Christian Dragomir gets the last laugh. He not only got an apology from Phil, he outlasted him. Tiffany Michelle is the last woman standing, but she's certainly hoping for more. And 3 bracelet winners still remain, including Mike Matisow. More of Day 6 still to come as the march to the main event final table continues. For Norman Chad, I'm Lon McCarran. See you next time from the World Series of Poker.